brave one. You were the one, so we all gotta die.
All right.
Wow. Here we go. Round
3.
Round 3, but it really feels like round 5,000.
Yeah, it does feel like round 5,000, but you guys, here we are, had another break again, and we are back in a new studio.
We're back in a new studio. We're
I want to say love and light to the fallen soldiers. I want to say love and light to Lee. I want to say love and light to Jeff.
yeah,
And
we're figuring it out. We're Lee, when he jumped ship, he really
he
threw
left us stranded in the litter, if you
threw us
will.
through it. So we are.
This has been, I will say, if I may, an unforgettable experience.
And I will say, in some ways, discouraging.
But also, I will say, very much discouraging. But also, I think it's been nice because it has, whether we liked it or not, I think it made us grow.
Well, we hope, and so we hope that this works out. We do. We would like for this to work out and for this to be the home. So,
So, LOL, gotcha. We did
Bear
have
with us.
a long ass break again. Now, here's the tea. We didn't give y'all an explanation as to why we were leaving this last time, or like we didn't even say that we were taking a break because we were so bogged down and finding a studio the last time was so hard. And again, Jeff, like literally love and light to him, just like certain things, we just needed to take a step back and reassess again. But yeah, and also after we were fighting with some of y'all on Reddit, we said, you know what? We don't need to be doing that again.
No,
we're going to handle this way more low key.
Yeah, we're handling it low key. We thought it would be helpful to give you guys updates on what was going on, but as we've come to learn, there's nothing to keep you guys updated on other than if we stop doing the podcast, we'll update you then. But until then, we're just figuring it out. Okay?
All I know is this podcast is kind of like a cockroach because like no matter what you do, like you cannot destroy it.
I will say my favorite part about the location of this podcast studio currently is that it's down the street from where my ex-boyfriend spent many of his years working. And that is nice. It is nice to drive past and see a bunch of skateboarders hanging out outside.
You like that?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
And I will fuck all of them.
Oh.
Skateboarders are hot. I'll fuck them all. I'll fuck them all.
Well, I don't know if...
I'll fuck them all.
I wish you wouldn't.
And I'll fuck them all.
Well, let's stock up on some boric acid.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, wait. Can we talk about what's happened in the last month?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to start or do I want to start?
Well, do you want to say the big news that you got today?
The Dave Attell?
Yeah.
Or I'll be opening for Dave Attell in San Diego at the American Comedy Company February 15th through the 18th. That is in the Red Lamp. Gas lamp. Not the Red Lamp. That's the Red Light. The Gas Lamp District in San Diego. That'll be fun. So if you guys you should be acquainted with Dave Attell if you are not, because he's very funny.
He's hilarious.
He's
so
so
y'all got to
funny.
go see. Honestly, I might come down for one of those shows and watch you because that's
You
so
should come
fucking
down.
Okay.
You should come down.
Okay, cool.
I'll have a house to stay at, not my mom's, because we don't talk. But
Okay, that's something.
yeah, me and my mommy don't talk right now. We haven't talked in
So y'all
like a month.
have not talked because I want to get something clear.
Since
So y'all
December
have not
25th.
spoken one word to each other.
Nope.
Since when?
December 25th.
December 25th. A Christmas miracle.
Christmas miracle.
Okay, wow. And your life has been going really well.
I'd say yes and no.
Emotionally bad, but
Emotionally bad. I fucked somebody for the first time.
okay, I didn't know if we were going to talk about that.
Oh yeah. So I fucked somebody for the first time in months, since my ex. And I was like, you know what? Let's get out there. Let's go fuck. Let's go fucky.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Fucky. Did you do sucky or just fucky?
I always sucky. Are you kidding me?
Jesus.
I open the door. I said, he let me in.
Sucky?
He let me in. I go, let me sucky.
Okay. Yeah.
Greet him with your hands, greet him with your mouth, not your hands. That's what I always say. Huh?
That's good. Well, one time, when my mom had listened to, and we need to unpack that in a second, but one time when my mom had listened to this and she was hearing about my sexcapades from the past, she was like, did you know that a blowjob is not a handshake? And I'm like, honey.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. With millennials, it is. Which is actually...
Sweet, with a bad home life, yes, it is.
Yes, it is. And you're right.
Yes,
about
and
that.
then very much yes, it is.
And what is actually interesting about me talking about this is that it does fit well with our topic today, which is slut. But so I went and I fucked this guy. No condom, of course, and it's okay though. He has a vasectomy. It's fine.
Well, and I don't love that, but the vasectomy I do love, but
Yeah, the vasectomy's nice.
but hitting it raw.
So I said, hey, squirty.
Well, and for any
squirty,
of the,
squirty in me.
for any of the many kids that listen to this podcast, because this is family friendly at the end of the day, and because we're gonna have to be starting families with the way that you're fucking, but let's wrap that up at first. Just maybe consider just throwing a little rain jacket
So
on
I
him.
will, from this moment on, be using condoms. But after, I had to get back out there, see what it was like on the
Yeah, you know, and you had
on the
to
battlefield.
You got the full experience.
Immediately got a yeast infection at BV.
But that's also, honeys, that's why you got to pee after sex. It's really important.
Did not pee after sex. In fact, slept in it. Slept with a man that I really don't know's come inside of me.
That is actually okay. It's kind of like a treasure, like a memory.
Yeah, and then
A keepsake.
Yeah, it was. And I wake up and pussy's smelling, and I'm like, great. I know what this is.
You said I gotta get on out of here.
I said I know what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now everything's all good.
Okay, and that's the cute update.
Did I cry when I got home? Yeah. Did I cry as soon as I got home? Because I said, I miss my ex so much. I miss him so much. I love him. I wish I didn't have to go fuck new people. I would much rather be dating my ex than fucking new strange people.
The first time you fuck someone after you get out of a relationship, it is kind of interesting.
It is kind of horrific.
Yeah.
It's horrific. It is
Has anyone ever said interesting in a good connotation? I don't know. But it's jarring.
It is
to
jarring.
Get new energy up in there, especially when you have his cum in there.
When you have his cum, when you hardly know the man.
Yeah. When you have strange.
Yeah. I know him a little bit. We went on
Yeah.
a date. We went on one date and, we kind of knew each other, but it was very much like hey, we doing this?
Yeah.
And we did it.
Are you going to see him again?
I think so.
Really?
We'll see.
Okay.
I don't know if he hits me up. I don't know.
Okay, let's see. Okay, since we're airing this out, I went on a date with one of your friends.
Mm-hmm.
What was it, like 2 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
And he was super hot, super cute. But unfortunately for me, I got really stressed out. And so then we had plans to go on a second date. And then I just backed it all the way out of there.
How do you feel about that?
I've been feeling kind of like I don't know what to do about, because ever since I got out of that relationship in June, I feel so shut down. And I think also because I took myself out of dating and I was like just focusing so much on recording my 30 and all of that. And now that it's done and I'm just like editing it and whatnot, I feel like I should be like opening myself up to new experiences. But I don't know, when I did that, I just like got freaked out.
Yeah, it's fucking horrifying.
To like put yourself back out there. Like,
yep.
And then, okay, so.
Yeah, it's horrifying.
Okay, so you had mentioned this and you and I had a similar experience where like we were, like you kissed him and you like kind of had like a little freak out.
Yeah.
And like when I kissed your friend too, I kind of had that I was just like, oh, I felt like I had never kissed before.
Me too. I felt like
what the fuck is that anxiety?
I don't know. It's really.
I felt like I was like 15 again or whatever. I was like,
When I kissed this guy, I was like, why do I feel like I've never kissed anybody before?
I felt like a lizard in a skin suit and I was doing my best to like reenact what a kiss was.
A lizard in a skin suit is exactly what it felt like.
It was so awkward.
So awkward. Mine was so awkward that he had to physically hold me and be like, you're going to be okay. And I said, and then I'm like thinking about my ex and I'm like, I miss him so much. And like my head is spinning. I'm thinking about him. And then I'm like, but I'm also like, but I have to move on because he's moving on. So I have to like, let us go. And then I have to go meet new people that I don't want to meet. And it's like my head's spinning and I'm,
Yeah.
So here we are.
I know, it's so fucking
forced
hard.
against my will to meet new people.
Oh, speaking of meeting new people and all of that, my mom, because don't worry, and going back into this, basically my mom and I got into an argument about the definition of bi the other night, and I was telling her, I'm like, well, I feel like I'm just like leaning like way more.
Why is your mom bi?
Yeah, my mom, I was like, Mom, you want to munch.
Yeah.
I can tell.
Yeah, she does.
Like obviously you dick ride, but like you want to munch, I can tell.
You think she does dick ride, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because she always takes the guy's side over mine. So
your mom's out there throwing that thing.
Well, my parents are okay. I can talk about it now.
Isn't that such a funny thing to say about your old ass fucking mom?
That she's throwing cat,
throwing that thing, yeah.
Throwing that thing,
yeah,
throwing Kitty to the wind,
yeah.
Well, my dad threw her Kitty to the wind because they're getting separated,
yeah,
which is kind of crazy. But I want to make my mom a fucking profile and I want to get her a cute lace front wig and get her like really all
Not a
looking
lace front
good.
wig.
But a lace front wig and glue it down. Well, because I just feel like we could kind of like clean her up a little bit. But unfortunately, it's really hard to have, and you understand where I'm coming from. It's really hard to have like a nice conversation
With our moms?
Yeah, because then we just start fighting immediately.
Oh, so I thought you were saying, see, I was talking about in general. I think it's difficult for people to have a nice conversation with my mom because she's so
Mean?
unpleasant to have a conversation with.
Oh, yeah.
But you were saying personal, to your mom.
But they're interchangeable.
Yeah, and they are interchangeable.
I was just sharing a personal anecdote.
Right,
but
yeah.
like a couple of weeks, so I had my mom still blocked over text. Like I let her back in on Instagram. It's a process, you guys. It's really hard. But I cracked. But a few weeks ago, she goes, "Oh, who's editing your set you just taped?" And I go, "Oh, you don't know this person, just my friend." And then she goes, "No, but just tell me." And I go, "Okay, Josh." And then she goes, "Well, who the fuck is it?
I love
you
that.
piece of shit." And I was like, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
am I wet or what's going on?"
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I do love when they say, well, who you say, well, it's my friend, this person. And they go, well, I don't know who that is. My mom does that all the time. I don't know who that is. I'm like, well, yeah, why would you don't know all of my friends?
I think in a demonic way, what they're trying to do is go, "Oh, tell me a little bit about so-and-so. Tell me a little bit about Leah. Tell me a little bit about Josh," whatever. But like, they're not asking it in that way. And then I'm already in fight or flight. So when they start
Fight or flight. As soon as I see my mom call me, I'm in fight or flight. I go, no. I go,
Yeah.
what?
I'm just like, okay, you guys, we've now come to our fun, beautiful segment. You
Yeah.
guessed it. Red flag or green flag.
There you go, guys.
Yeah. Okay, so basically, you guys, this podcast is brought to you by RFDB. You can find it in the App Store or you can get fucked. And we're going to play a little bit of this right now. So is it a red flag, a green flag, or a deal breaker? Their roommates need to approve of you dating.
Are their roommates their fucking parents?
That's a deal breaker.
Yeah. Low key though, this is some shit that Joy would do. She would like get pissed off if I would bring guys home and she'd be like, I don't like them. And I'm like, you don't have to like them. You're not fucking them. You're not
It's a
fucking
deal
them.
breaker. Miss Grilled Cheese would do that.
She would. I remember, I was thinking about this the other day. Do you remember when we had to like sneak out during COVID?
Oh my God.
To go hang out with your ex-boyfriend?
Okay, so our former roommate, Miss Grilled Cheese, if you're a new listener, we lived with this girl, not this girl, but Gabby's best friend, Joy, who love her so much, but wow, she really was the warden. She ran that fucking house like a goddamn ship.
Yeah, she
and
did.
Like a
Did you
like
guys
a
see
prison.
what's the show Handmaid's Tale?
Yeah, she was Aunt Lydia.
Aunt Lydia, yeah, she was Aunt Lydia. That's exactly right.
She was literally fucking Aunt Lydia. And no, but so one time I was dating this haunted guy. He was actually the one, if you are an old time listener, he was Slap in the Box guy. But so Joy hated him and
She hated him.
She did not approve of him coming over. She made it very known.
Joy doesn't like white people. So anytime we would bring anytime a white comes over, she'd be like, what's their struggle? And Joy's white. What's their struggle?
Yeah. Except when I was dating white girl Janine, she loved Janine.
She loved that because it's a gay relationship.
Because it's a gay relationship.
The white men, you bring them into the house, she goes.
Well, I still have a piece
impressed.
of paint missing on my closet door from where Tim punched it because he was so mad that Joy was mean to him that night.
That is such a white guy thing.
And he said I didn't have his back enough. But I was also like, well, Joy's right at the end of the day. Like, that's my girl.
Yeah.
Like, am I still going to fuck you? Yeah, but like, she's right.
Yeah. And
Anyways.
of course, are we always going to still fuck them? Yeah.
Of course we're going to fuck them.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to be mean to me? Yeah, I'm still going to fuck you. I don't like that you're being mean, but I'm going to.
Oh, you kind of shit on everything about me? Get in my bed. No, but we're not doing that this year. Okay. So it's obviously a deal breaker. Whoever said a green flag, Love and Light, you have issues.
That can't be real.
No. They schedule multiple dates for the same night.
What? Well, wait, hold on. I mean, did they tell you that?
If they tell you that seems...
It's a deal breaker.
That seems like a deal breaker. But if they don't...
And you don't know, who cares?
Who cares? Because if you're single, you can just do it. Like, if you have a little 5 p.m. like pregame for like maybe a different date at like 8.
Yeah, who cares?
But if you're going around, if like you get to your next date and you're like, oh my God, I just came from this crazy date. Did I fucking ask? Get a journal. Like,
my friend hit me up last night. We were DMing because he's miserable and I'm miserable. And we like to commiserate about how miserable we are. And he was like, yeah, just fuck this girl. Getting ready to go fuck another one. And I was like, well,
what?
I'm glad I'm not fucking you.
Wait,
but
who is it?
My friend Miles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what the fuck do I even say to this?
No.
red.
I mean, it depends on. Do they tell you? I guess I'm gonna go with deal breaker if they tell you. Like,
Okay, yeah, we'll do.
assume.
Okay, so everyone's normal. Let's see. Their fridge only has alcohol in it. That's
Hell
a deal
yeah.
breaker. No,
Hell yeah.
that's a deal breaker.
That used to be my fridge.
Bye.
Not the green flag.
That's you, the
That
green
is me,
flag.
yeah.
Okay, here we go. They spend hundreds of dollars a month drunk shopping.
You.
Unfortunately, I'm sober when I'm doing it.
Me too.
I know.
And hundreds.
Hundreds?
Hey, we're going thousands over here.
I'm screaming. They spend hundreds of dollars a month drunk shopping. I mean, can they fucking afford it? So they're rich? Green flag.
Yeah, green flag. Yeah, it depends. You guys, we have to know the context of these things.
I know, because here's the thing. It's like, it kind of just sounded like someone was just like venting about their little person. It's fine.
But how often are you drunk too? That's another thing.
Yeah.
How often are they drunk and doing this?
Once a month, and it's their one night to spend.
Yeah, hundreds of dollars. I mean, that's like 2 pairs of Vans.
That's 3 things from Sephora.
That's 3 things from Sephora for real.
Or 1 thing from Dick's Sporting Good.
Okay, well, I guess so.
Okay. We'll do this as our last one. They take their phone with them anytime they leave the room.
I mean, I do that, sort of.
I mean, who cares? I don't know. Not my stomach.
I mean, I don't know if it's like maybe a red flag. Kinda.
I'm not doing it because I have something to hide. I'm doing it because I
you're
am
addicted to your
addicted.
phone.
Addicted to my
no,
phone.
Same.
Which
But
I guess
also,
could be a red flag.
I'm gonna go with red flag.
Okay, we'll red flag it up. And that's really that, you guys. So once again, it's red flag or deal breaker.
And that's on
in the App Store.
RFDB.
If you can even fucking handle it. If you can't, that's really not my problem. But here's what it is. Isn't. Our prompt today is sluttiest things you've ever done.
So I would have to say that one of the sluttiest things I've ever done was last week when I fucked this guy that I don't really know and let him come inside of me. This breakup really fucked my ass.
But honestly, I'm proud of you because you waited, what, like 7 months?
7 months. It's been 7 months. I didn't talk about it at all because I wanted to, like, just sit on it. That's why I was having mental breakdowns all of the time. It's why we had to take a lot of time off, actually. I'll just air it all out now. I had to take a lot of time off. I was crying a lot because I was really brokenhearted. It rocked my fucking shit. I have been through many breakups. I'm a bitch who gets around. And this was by far the most painful thing I've ever experienced.
Mm-hmm.
By far. This rocked my fucking world, turned me upside down. And it was very difficult for me to navigate. Triggered a lot of things, abandonment wounds, deep depression. I've been really struggling with like depression and anxiety as a result.
You've been in your Sylvia Plath beat.
Having mental breakdowns a lot. I'm like on the other side of it now. Sending him love. He's a lovely guy. It's just all that matters is like that's what happened was just that like I was really struggling with my own mental health.
Nothing sluttier than getting over a breakup.
And there's nothing sluttier than finally getting to the other side of the breakup and being like, time to go
get back out there.
Get my clit fucked. So
I've been like I don't know what's going on. I need to like restart therapy, but I have been kind of like terrified to do that. I've been through a breakup like what you just described. This wasn't that type of breakup, but something in me just like shifted and just shut me down.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm locked down. I'm so
good.
shut down. Is it though? I feel asexual. I literally don't feel attracted to anyone. I feel so like numb almost.
I wish I was like that. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Cause like I've been falling apart the last few months, and I think for me, I was like really holding on to hope. I was like, maybe like we'll get back together. But now he's like moving away, and it's, I don't know, like he's moving on with his life. And now I'm like, okay, I have to like let this go, move on. And
just like taking like little steps, it's also like a new year, new chapter.
And by little steps, if you mean fucking a guy you've known for 2 seconds without a condom and letting him
and
come
sleeping
inside of you.
with his cum like a baby blanket. Yeah.
So, we're getting back out there.
I'm trying to think of the sluttiest thing I've ever done. Well, one time I had really fucked up sex with this girl. It was fucked up in the way that it was so awkward and bad. And it was just really gnarly. Uh-oh. And I love that. And it's giving explore your favorite content. I crazy in the sense where not like it was crazy like it was like the chemistry was missing from the experience. So that was kind of jarring. I had sex with her, and then I go back over to my friend's apartment who I was staying with at the time, and I was like, oh my God, I just had the worst night ever. And then he's like, well, we're gonna go drink with our neighbor Python Nick. And so we went over to, and not Python because he has a big dick, Python because he had 2 pythons in his apartment.
Not Python.
And so we walked down the hall and go into his apartment. One thing led to another. Then we start making out, fingered me a little bit. That was crazy. And I was like, guess who's just in here? Someone else.
That's not.
So.
Did he pull anything out? Was there anything left over?
Yeah, like a beanie and a Carhartt jacket that she had left.
Like my type of guy.
She had left in there, and I said, "Uh-oh, my keepsakes."
Oh, sorry, girl. So, that was a girl.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, because I just
must have been pretty butch.
And that
must have been pretty butch.
Well,
yeah,
low key. And then one night, I feel like I've talked about this on here, but this is the tail end of the pandemic. Yeah. So a little old. The story I just said was probably 22, 21, maybe. This one was probably 28, 29.
Yeah.
28. I was walking home wasted.
Yeah.
From Echo Park to where we live. So it was like a 3 or 4 mile walk. And I was walking home wasted at like 2 a.m. and in heels. And just had a casual like 11 drinks, just like a nice cute night for me. Just stumbling home like fee-fi-fo-fumming it down like Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah.
And this guy with like, he was in a car with like rims, like blasting music, started catcalling me at a red light. And I just stopped and I just looked at him and I walked up to his car.
He said, let me in.
And essentially one thing led to another. I got in his car. He drove me home. And I said, if you do anything, I'll fucking tase you. Because I had my taser at the time. Yeah. He was like, whoa. I kind of out crazied him.
Yeah.
And then drives me to my place. He goes, hey, do you want to, or our place, he goes, hey, do you want to light up? So we smoke a joint together.
Nice.
Started making out. One thing led to another. And then we did a little bit more than make out. And all I know is...
He ate you out, right?
Yeah. And it was fucked up. And then...
Didn't you come?
Okay, Gabby. I don't know why I just got shy when I literally just said the horrible things. But no, we did a lot in that car. And then I was the one that was like, well, should we fuck? And he was like, well, we shouldn't fuck. And I was like... Ugh.
Now, here's my question. Did you...
And then he wanted to come inside our place. And I was like, you're a stranger. We'll stay in your car and do all this stuff outside
we'll keep it ladylike
of our place. And then my mom FaceTimed me.
Yeah.
Because Bianca had gotten nervous because I just left the party and didn't tell anyone where I was going. And I FaceTimed her in the car with the guy.
Yeah.
And I showed her who, and she's like, who the fuck is that? And I was like, actually, I don't know. Who are you? And he was like, I'm Ivan. And I was like, oh, okay. And then she was like, who is that? And I was like, my Uber. And then canceled the phone. We go back to hooking up. Yeah. When I was getting out of the car, he was like, well, wait, give me your number. And I was like, whatever. We're never going to see each other again. Give him my number. I take off my underwear. Or something, or maybe it was already off. I don't really know. But anyways, I go out and I go back into our living room and I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck did I just do? I'm like sobering up at this point. Probably passed the fuck out. Yeah. Or maybe your exes at the time, your boyfriend at the time.
Shane?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was dating Shane probably.
Yeah, you were dating Shane and I was doing this. And then I was just kind of sitting on the couch like it's 5 a.m. at this point. I'm like, what the hell? And then he calls me and I'm like, what? And he was like, girl, you left your purse and your underwear in the car. He's like, but low key, let me keep the underwear. So I was like, okay. So I go back out. We make out again. And I get my purse and my belt, and then he kept my underwear.
You have a lot of confidence leaving your underwear in a stranger's car.
No, because in the morning, he texted me. He's like, "Do you want to get breakfast?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" And then he sent me a picture of him sniffing the underwear.
Okay,
and then that's when I had to block him because I said this was actually horrifying.
That's not no.
And then Bianca and I got into a huge fight because I told her what happened, and I was laughing it off, and she was like, "That was really fucking dangerous."
You know what's so funny is that you saying this whole, you telling the story makes me be like, man, I wish I drank because that sounds so
because
fun.
This was one of the experiences I had that legit was like, oh, I can't keep living like this. Like, and I also remember being so darkly depressed that night. And I like the person that I liked at this party, like ended up like making out with another girl. And then I think there was something really bad happening with my self-esteem. I don't really know. But like I literally got into a guy cat called me and I got into his car and then we hooked up. Like that's mentally ill.
And here's the thing. All of that happened just so you could talk about it on this podcast. So everything does happen for a reason.
You guys are welcome.
A 7-minute story on a podcast.
Literally. It was so fucked. Yeah. So that's our slutty stories.
Yeah. When I was in high school, I dated this guy. It was Kane and then Diesel.
Yeah,
Those,
Diesel.
of course, are their names, Kane and Diesel. And
The
I fucked
24-year-olds?
both of them in the same day. That I had never done. I have never done that since. That was the only time I'd ever done that.
I'm gonna say something. I don't feel like you should get married until you've had that experience.
Yeah, fuck what? Yeah,
Not with Kane and Diesel, but just like with two people.
yeah. Don't do it with Diesel. I do believe he's in a detox facility right now.
Okay, so look at this. We're all growing and we're all learning.
Yeah, we are.
Good. Good on him.
Yeah.
You should call him when he gets out.
Yeah. I
Is this the one that can't
should.
read?
Yes, he is illiterate.
Okay.
Like a lot of people I've dated.
So he can't read other girls' messages. It's giving faithful.
No, but he did cheat on me.
So
He did cheat on me.
well.
I've been cheated on by a lot of men.
Ugh.
Not my most recent ex. Didn't cheat on me. He was great. He was a great boyfriend.
The thing that I like about this is that we just kind of just say whatever on here.
Yeah. That was the only relationship I'd ever been in where there was no cheating involved, at least to my knowledge. But as far as I know, there was no cheating, and I didn't cheat, and that is a win for me, honk.
Honestly, Gab, I'm really proud of you. I'm not even trying to be funny right now. I'm being dead serious. I'm
Yeah.
really proud of you.
Thanks.
And I think that
Didn't cheat. I
you
said-
were a really good girlfriend.
I was a good girlfriend.
Mhm.
He was a great boyfriend. He was not me talking about this whole time.
Ah!
And he was a great
And
boyfriend.
I'm sorry for yelling in the mic. Oh my God.
He was.
Okay.
He was a great boyfriend, and I loved him dearly. I loved him more than I've loved anybody in my entire life. And I hope that one day I can find that again. I hope I can find that again.
I was just thinking back. I'm like, I don't feel like I can remember what love feels like
Yeah.
in relationships. Because I feel, again,
Yeah.
I am so shut down. I feel almost like a robot. But guess what?
Yeah.
Now we need to get into how you guys feel.
Let's see what's going on with you fucking sleuths. I am on a date. I met a guy on a dating app today who looks pretty hot. I might meet up with him later.
Okay, because I'm actually going to scream.
And I'm sure that he doesn't have a vasectomy, so I won't let him come inside of me.
And I'm actually going to cry
Or maybe
blood.
I will, who knows?
Okay, big slut, short-term memory. And I'm not talking about you. Okay. I love you guys so much.
Oh, here's a good one.
I love you guys so much. I started listening about a year ago, and all 6 of my gross, funny friends have started listening since I binged and shared early episodes. So one more time, you guys. Why is it never, oh, my 6 friends who have PhDs and all have medicine? How come it's always like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I love you guys. I know the ugliest, craziest bitches.
Yeah.
God, they're scum of the earth. And
Yeah.
they love you guys. Like,
Yeah.
why can't it ever just be something good?
So, okay, so real quick on that, there was a girl who tagged me in something the other day, and she
No.
was like, "You're my favorite comedian. You're so funny." Blah, blah, blah. And then in her bio,
Okay.
on her Instagram, it says,
What does it say?
"Autistic and mentally ill."
Ah!
And my friend went to her profile and then DM'd me and said, "Your biggest fan would have mentally ill and autistic in their bio." And I said, "And you know what? That's so true.
Okay, because you want to know it. If
the
it
shoe
didn't, then
fits."
it would be ableist, or maybe that's not how you use that. But
No, that's true.
and that's honestly real. Okay, so everyone's anyone who likes this podcast, I guess,
Is mentally ill and autistic.
I guess, like, thank you guys for liking this podcast. But then also, I guess, like, we all need to like get help together.
Yeah. We should have one big therapy circle. Like, we should go on a therapy retreat with all of our listeners. Because I think all of our listeners are really working through some shit.
I think they are too.
You
Also,
guys are fucked up.
I don't know how to either. Like, for me, I'm either, I feel like a cum dumpster whore, or I am like this and I'm in lockdown.
That's true.
Where's the happy medium?
That is true. Because you go out, you're a makeout queen. You'll go out, you'll like make out with a bunch of people.
But not anymore. I think that's like, I have never once in my life been afraid to kiss someone. Like, what? That was new. I was like, okay, am I a virgin again? It was kind of beautiful. Okay, wait, this isn't about us.
You're right.
It's about this girl and her 6 gross, funny friends.
No, yeah.
I'm obliged. Okay. I was so excited to see this prompt. It's finally my time to shine.
Okay.
Except that I forgot that I can't remember a goddamn thing. What if that was the end of the email? I'm pretty sure I'm going to have an early onset Alzheimer's.
Me too.
I also have y'all. Okay. If you have a bad memory, you're supposed to eat blueberries and peppermint. Anyway.
The thing is we'll never be able to remember that because we all have bad memories.
Oh, fuck. Okay. I have a lot of vague, incredible memories of my slut era, aka basically every year past the age of 18 and before, but that's on trauma. So I honestly could only nail down one memory. One time I was picking up Molly from this dealer in Pacific Beach,
Oh, yeah.
one of the worst places in the world. Amen. But have you heard of Ocean Beach? Because that's another one.
True.
After a breakup caused by me cheating a few times and finally got caught. My friend was telling me this guy never gives out drugs for free. And for some reason, that set me on a path straight for him. Within 3 minutes of meeting this guy, we were walking into some random apartment and into the kitchen. I have legit no clue who these people were. I barely even met this guy, but I was horny, so who cares? We went into the kitchen, which was literally one half a wall away from the living room.
Yeah.
And just started having sex. I hadn't taken anything at all. Just fucked a stranger in a kitchen because I felt like it.
Yeah, okay.
That's kind of gangster. Best day ever, because honestly, the Molly was incredible. And I met someone else to hook up with while my best friend had sex with a guy for some coke in the same room. Great, great, great times.
See, all of these stories make me want to relapse. I'm like, that sounds fun as fuck.
Honestly,
you can't do that kind of shit sober.
no.
Unless you're like having like a manic episode. That's the kind of shit you do when you're like really unwell.
If you're doing this completely sober, you either have sex addiction, you either have like maybe BPD.
Yeah, you're having some kind of manic episode.
Or maybe you're just brave.
Or maybe
and
that.
we're just labeling you with negative connotation. Okay.
Yeah, and maybe you're just a free spirit.
Okay.
But I'm gonna guess that you're not. I'm gonna guess that there is something deeply unwell if that is how you're navigating your life. Also easy for me to say I fucked basically a stranger and let him come inside of me, so I don't know.
So look out for our merch. It's going to be...
It's going to be I fucked a
Cum
stranger.
storage.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll workshop that name. Okay. I have worked a program a few times and try not to do anything that will give me the ick to remember the next morning. But I'll tell you, every single night I dream about fucking basically everyone I met that day. Dream me is still out there fucking and sucking. And that's enough for me for now.
I like to imagine that this woman is writing this
from
like a law office.
I also got medicated for my bipolar disorder, and honestly, mood stabilizers are one of the best things ever discovered. Still think about fucking and sucking though.
Who was right, bitch? Who was right, bitch? I knew it.
Okay, wow.
I knew it.
Yeah,
God
honk.
damn it, I'm good.
Well,
God, I really should study psychology. I'm fucking in it.
well, isn't there a psychology museum on the way here?
No, it's a museum of psychiatry.
Oh, psychiatry.
And it's funded by Scientology. So it's going to be anti-big pharma. Which
Okay.
Maybe they're onto something.
Wow. Okay, hit us with an email.
His cum was still inside of me while you were.
Okay. Okay.
His cum was still inside of me while you were. A letter to my grandchildren.
This sounds like a poem.
It does. It's Rupi Kaur.
Virginia Woolf. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's so funny, Maya Angelou. Hey, honks. I'll make this this is very Maya. I'll make this as short as possible. I went out with friends one night and got sloshed. Went home to a hotel with a guy, call him B, and was hooking up with him when 3 of his friends walked in while he was balls deep in me. We obviously stopped at that point and went to bed. I slept in the middle of him and his friend and I were pawing at each other the entire night. Just grabbing dick and pussy. Okay.
Okay.
Fast
Okay.
forward to not even 24 hours later, and I'm drunk at my friend's house, craving peen. Don't say craving peen. I hop on Tinder and swipe
Not
on
Tinder.
the first cute guy. Tinder's also where you go to get AIDS.
But can
I'll
I say,
that.
okay,
Yeah.
and that's actually true.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry I keep hitting the mic. But I know 2 people now that have gotten married off of specifically Tinder.
Really?
I don't. Do you know
Is Tinder
anyone?
where it's at?
Low key, I think there's been a shift because it used to be for like the dirty rat bastards, but
Mhm.
now I feel like it's
All of those are on Raya.
yeah. Okay, Raya is full of fucking liars. I'm
Raya
gonna be
fucking
honest.
sucks. I'm on it right now, and I'm like, everybody here is ugly.
Also, it's supposed to be for like the elite. It's supposed to be. It's giving kind of like
It's
upper
literally
class.
you're like a waiter at the fucking.
My ex, who's a waiter, and no tea, no
Don't.
shade towards service industry people, but I'm just saying. That's get on Hinge, get on Tinder. But
Literally,
like
yeah, if
one of
you're
my
on
exes
Raya-
who legitimately is a waiter, and it's not like he's not a high class waiter, like one of those like
He's
you
at,
know
like, the
Michelin
Sizzler,
stars.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like Arby's, and he's on there, and I said,
Arby's.
sweetie,
Arby's doesn't have waiters.
whatever. He's a cashier at Arby's.
And he's on.
The fun thing about having a
Can
podcast is you can
imagine
like
if
kind
Arby's had a wait staff.
they brought out the different types of roast
Yeah.
beef.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun that you can
Arby's
just make up whatever.
And you can. And my friend met her baby daddy on Field, which is a kink dating app.
Okay.
So I've been working on a joke about that.
Okay.
Anyway. Okay, it turns out he was okay. I hop on Tinder and swipe on the first cute guy I found. Call him D. I Ubered to D's and we pounded it out. I hate the way that because the way that you're writing this is like a 16-year-old guy trying to be like, and then I freaking slurped on her boobies and smashed her good.
I can just picture there's like a half empty bottle of lotion.
Yeah.
Your hog's probably like poking out of your fucking boxers.
I banged that whore real good.
Like you're instead of
That's
typing
how
with
you're writing this.
instead of typing with fingers, you're typing with just erect penises. I don't like this.
So I Ubered to D's and we pounded it out. Turns
Blech.
out he was pretty cool, so I thought. And we started dating like that night.
Probably the morning.
Halfway through the relationship, we start going to his cousin's land to fish and drink with friends. His
Okay.
cousin was never there. His cousin had the same name as the hotel room guy, but it was a common name, so I didn't think anything of it. No, okay. I creeped on my boyfriend's mom's Facebook one day, and lo and behold, the hotel guy is B. That's wild.
Whoa.
The following week, we went to B's land again, and he actually showed up, and D introduced me to B. Very awkward. I have no idea B even recognized me, but hopefully not. That's so funny.
Whoa.
D ended up being very emotionally and verbally abusive. Hell yeah.
Mm.
So we broke up after about 5 months, and I always swore that if he ever came for me again, I would say, well, I fucked your cousin the night before I fucked you.
Yeah.
His cum was still inside of me while you were. You should still tell him that.
Honestly, you should.
Yeah. Fun slut
You know those
story.
like glitter boxes?
Yeah.
That's how you should tell
I had
him.
one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Fun slut story. But also a fun small world story. These guys lived an hour out of the city where I lived, so it was a crazy fluke that I fucked them both within a day. But I also fucked everything at that time. So, not really.
The ways we cope.
Okay. And that is also to me giving a manic breakdown. But I
Yeah.
also fuck everything.
But also, have you ever met someone who is spiritually and just like mentally just completely sound who is going on like a fuck mission? Because usually I feel like we're trying to like cover something up or trying to escape something. Like if you're like out there like, you know, accumulating hog, if you will,
Okay.
I feel like usually it's because you're, you know, coping with something.
And that is why.
And that's really that.
That is really
Now here's
that.
something.
What?
Noodle. Okay. Let's see. Okay.
We didn't proofread any of these, so we're just shooting from the fucking hip.
Okay, not you telling on us because I was trying to pretend like I had. Anytime you ever hear me stuttering, you guys, like really bad, it's because I didn't proofread it. Ooh wee. Okay, so let's get into it and then get out of it. Slutosaurus Rex, if you can imagine. I was sitting in the waiting room at my doctor's office when I saw the slut prompt and let out the craziest snort, laugh, howl, and immediately started taking notes in my phone as I finally felt called to write in after religiously listening to y'all's honkalicious podcast for so long. Okay, queen, here we go. After getting home and looking at this insanely long list of slut-ass moments, I'm torn between finding a new therapist or writing this email. Honey, send it in before you get healed.
Screaming.
Horrorism as escapism, while fear and loathing in Las Vegas, here we are.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Lost my virginity at 21 to some random ass stranger I met online, and it was all downhill from there. Well, honey, I lost my virginity to someone in my improv class. So.
And I lost my virginity to a guy that called himself Scotty Too Steezy. So.
And. Yes.
And this is why I date only skateboarders.
And
Childhood trauma. And I'll tell you this real quick. Any woman yeah. Any woman that dates adult skateboarders, it's childhood trauma.
well, and this guy is also blue. But here's the tea. Skateboarders are a different breed because the first
is
person
so
that ever
hot.
broke my heart.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Here's his legal name, Bender Lowe.
His name
I'll
is
never.
not Bender.
William Bender Lowe, and that's his legal name.
Okay.
And I think he finally unfollowed me on Instagram after all these years because
Good old Bill Bender.
because I can't stop talking about it, and I'm about to be 31 in a month, and I cannot stop thinking about the time when I was 12 years old and we had been dating for 2 weeks. He was a skater boy and I had like green hair or something. And then we had plans to go to the Valentine's Day dance, and then he didn't fucking show up because he was out fingering this girl named Kendall or something.
Yeah, her name was
And then my
Kendall.
mom was a drunk ass, well, she was going through something. But anyway, so she wouldn't pick me up from the fucking school because she's like, no, I'm not picking you up. I'm like, okay. So then I decided to be there. And I'm a fucking loser and I have braces, green hair. So I'm like, okay, well, now I'm fucked. And so I had to stay there.
Yeah, Bender's out fingering
And Bender's
Kendall.
out fucking fingering Kendall like a fucking dog.
Not him unfollowing you all these years.
Because I keep
later.
making about like once or twice a year. I gotta just today I was talking about it. There's something changed in me that day. For those of y'all watching, it's getting lit over here. But literally something changed in me that day. And he was a fucking skateboarder. And I don't think I dated a skateboarder again after that.
Nothing.
The first and last
Yeah.
skater.
It happens young. Well, look, you learned. I didn't. I hear skateboards. I go, what?
But that's
where's
because
my man?
I have like my mom's like pettiness like coursing through my veins. And so I was like, you're not going to fucking get me again.
Good for you.
Anyways, you guys.
Good for you.
Okay, we can't stop talking about ourselves. That's crazy. Okay. Lost my virginity at 21 to some random ass stranger. Literally better than Gabby and I, so it's all good.
Literally.
In my 20s, Vermont Street. Where's Vermont?
Like the state?
Not Vermont. Fairmont.
I don't know.
Vermont was the place to dance, party, get fucked up. I would get so smashed. I somehow always found myself in the side parking garage of the El Cortez Casino in someone's back seat, so much so the homies gave me the nickname auxiliary. Y'all know I can't read, so it's kind of hard for me to do this podcast.
Auxiliary.
Yeah, that one. As it had signs. Okay, you guys don't ever write hard words again. Everywhere. I once let some dude from the UK finger me in the middle of the dance floor at this old club, Pure, in Caesar's Palace before going upstairs with his friend, who ended up fucking me in the elevator and finishing before we got or even got in the room. Okay, Cummy Tummy.
How many floors was it? I mean,
Caesar's Palace. That's a nice ass place, honey. So it's probably way up there.
yeah, that's still only like. I mean, that's like maybe a minute.
Okay, well, she had that gorilla grip puss, and he just fucking busted up in there.
That's kind of freaky.
Okay,
that's like a freak. That's a freaky.
So you got a little keepsake too, with his friend who ended up fucking me in the elevator and finishing before we even got to the room. My parents had a huge party. Or what if he they get to the floor and he's not done yet? So then she just hits the elevator to go back down, and they keep riding the elevator until he comes. Okay, my parents had a huge party for my pops after he retired from the police department. I let one of his friends rail me out behind their guest house.
The way that you guys are writing, it's like,
why can't we say, I know it's slutty, but does it have to be graphic? Like, why can't we say like, I let one of my father's friends entertain my womb or something? Like, why can't we get like romantic with it instead? My dad's friend was railing me out behind the guest house on a pile of ceramic roof tiles. I opened a juicery with one of my homegirls for a couple years, and the dude I was dating at the time's kink was fingering me in broad daylight, so I'd let him right behind the counter more than once. Sticky. Last year, I'm not sure what in the trauma I was numbing out from, but I had a month of ridiculousness that was kicked off by having a threesome with my friend's cousin. Okay. Y'all stay fucking cousins. Okay. Cousin and one of my good friends in the bathroom at our other friend's baby shower. Because you guys were feeling fertile. I let some guy 10 years younger than me pour some of his coke on my pussy and lick it off in an outdoor parking lot.
Can you not say pour some coke on my pussy?
Also, baby, do you know what's in coke? Like your pussy could get really fucked up from that. So just be careful. And lick it off on the outdoor parking lot downtown, and then went right back into the bar like nothing happened, and proceeded to then leave with a friend, go back to his place, fuck, and then go back out like I didn't just hoe it up. The same month, I also let a friend's fiance come over and do a rail off my ass before railing me out and literally breaking my fucking couch. What kind of couch? There was so much more I could write. It's actually ridiculous. Clearly, I am unhinged and have some serious issues to work out. But hey, again, okay. But hey, all in good fun or something, right? Cheers to the journey. Thanks for always being a source of laughter throughout all the bullshit life throws around. Wishing y'all nothing but success, big monies, and grounding for the 2020 foe.
What's crazy is that like these are also relatively tame stories because I'm thinking about my friend Matt.
Oh,
Our
Matt
friend
LeGrand.
Matt LeGrand.
Yeah, our friend
who
Matt is crazy.
Who legitimately this morning, I saw him this morning, he goes, I fucked 3 people in the last 2 days.
How are you that free?
So that's an interesting thing, isn't it?
But also he has, and you know,
gay men are different. They're a different animal, though.
and Matt is very open about his demons, but we honestly should have him on again. He's so crazy. But
yeah, I know people ask for him.
Yeah, we'll get him on.
Yeah.
Matt, his stories are something out of like a movie. They're wild. But then I need to like lift the ban so I don't even feel scared to kiss.
I know. You do.
One of my friends last night at my
Maybe it's nice that you don't.
I was at my little 12-step meeting last night, and one of my friends at the end was giving me a hug, and it lasted a little too long, and then I started getting hives. I was like, get the fuck off me. And I've never been like that.
Yeah,
it's so what the fuck is going on?
I don't know. You're experiencing intimacy issues.
No.
Which, you know,
I've never been avoidant like this.
Well,
okay, I guess I'm hot.
Okay, she's in a new era.
Okay.
I have intimacy issues big time, but I just fuck my way through them. And that is also intimacy issues. So
well, at least you can be touched.
I can't without stuttering and crying when I get home.
And then crying. That's the thing about the fucking. It's like once you start fucking, then you just start crying.
Yeah, no, it's yeah.
At least you're wet. Okay.
Unfortunately, don't make me say it. The only person that I never cried after fucking was, well, my ex-boyfriend. Marry someone. Honk, I stayed plugged up for 7 months. I gotta let it all out now.
I'm interested to see how much of this you're gonna leave in, but
how much of this I say. Actually, can we cut all of it?
No. Okay.
Yeah.
We just scrapped that, and it's just us playing the game.
Yeah.
RFBD, I think it's called.
No, again, lovely man, very hot, very lovely. He's a very sweet, hot man. But okay, anyway.
Someone sent me a picture of my ex-girlfriend the other day, and I cried for 2 hours.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What? Why?
It just made me so sad.
Janine?
It made me so sad.
Really? You haven't had that reaction.
I feel like crying right now. I know. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Do you miss it? We'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later. Let's get to that email.
It's okay. I've cried on this podcast so many times talking about my ex.
I just don't know.
And I always make us cut it. But I'm not crying today.
No, we can leave it in. It's honestly, you guys, it's funny. It's funny to have bizarre breakdowns months after it's passed. It's
yeah.
anything for the plot.
I'm surprised.
Whatever. Yeah. It was I think it was right after I came back from New York. No, it was right before I went. It was right before I went.
Interesting. I had to hide all of the photos of him on my phone because they kept triggering me and I'd start crying.
I know you had to turn mine off. The memory
the face
thing.
recognition and like the iPhone keeps showing you like memories from this person, and I was like, I can't see this anymore.
Yeah.
It's so painful. I would have done anything for him. I would have done anything for him. I still would.
And I love that.
That is my man. That's my man.
And you know what you did for him? You kept that guy's coming to you and you said, this is how I move on.
Yeah, I said, you know what?
I'm replacing my baggage.
Yeah.
I'm taking my heartfelt memories of you out of my suitcase and I'm putting another guy's
coming.
You
want to know what it did?
Yeah.
It only made it worse.
And that
made me only miss him more. I said,
there's something to that.
Still love him. Does he give a fuck if I live or die? No, he doesn't. But
and a tale as old as time.
But do I love him? Yeah. Love him.
So has this been a slutty episode or kind of a
chaotic
or a darkly informative episode? You be the judge.
Yeah, you be the fucking judge. Love him so much. And this one's for you. Love you.
And if you're my mom, don't listen to this fucking episode. And don't fucking message me if you're listening to this because I don't want to fucking hear it. And I love you.
If you're any of my exes, I hate all of you except for
And if anyone clips this up and sends it to Janine, fuck you.
And they will.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
I just think it's really sad how we had so many beautiful memories together and then things ended so...
Breakups are fucking chaotic, dude. We're also... Here, hold on. Here's the other thing. We also are all, like, not our best selves when we're going through heartbreak. We say crazy things. We do crazy things. When you're heartbroken, you're not thinking clearly. You're really not. You're not in a clear headspace. It takes so long to heal. And it's just, like, we are not our best selves. It's why, like, people literally go crazy after this. People commit suicide after breakups. People like most of the reason that people relapse in the rooms is because of breakups.
Yes, because
Like,
it makes you go fucking crazy. Because
they
it's not
make
just
you go crazy.
losing the person. You're also triggering all your like, you know, the OG place like where these wounds even began.
Oh my
It's
God.
so awful.
The pain. You go into like literal like mental withdrawal from the person. You're like mourning what you thought was going to be. You like, yeah, it's hard. They're hard, and they make us say and do crazy things. We say a lot of things that we don't mean. We act in ways that we don't mean. It takes time.
Mm.
It takes time. And that being said, I still love you. Even though
And that being said, I wish that we didn't have to have each other blocked on every single thing, and I wish that we could just have like a nice little, if not a friendship, at least a nice rapport.
But maybe one day.
Yeah.
Maybe one day. Hasn't been that much time. Listen, I tried to fight Craig like for like a year after we broke up.
No,
I
you guys
talked
are
so
friends.
much shit about him. I tried to fucking fight him.
She just, yeah.
I would get wasted. I'd see him at comedy clubs and try to slap him in the face.
And I love it.
Look at us now.
That's so true.
Yeah.
I
it
think
takes time.
where I messed up with J-Town is that and this is my own personal thing, I don't like it when someone's mad at me, and like I needed to give her space to be mad because she like didn't want the relationship to end, but I was like, the way that we're fighting and communicating is fucked and haunted, and we just are so fundamentally different. I think it's always going to be like this. But then when I broke it off, I needed to just give her more space from it, and instead I was trying to like come back into her life just so like, okay, but we're good now. And then that's like not where she was. And then she misinterpreted like what I was doing. And then I was also confused, and like,
I do that too.
I just wanted everything to be okay.
Yeah.
But like, I kind of rushed it a little bit, and then
yeah. And then you get mad because she's
and
like,
then I got
still want.
so mad. And then I got really mad when she was hurt that it was just a whole slew of things. And so I think that's like what I just kind of, I have like, I don't know. I just feel awful that like.
That's why you need more time too to sit with it, because like we do try to rush the healing process. I try to do it too, or I tried to like barrel through like my emotions and be like, we're gonna be, it's cool, it's all good. And like he needs time to process things in his life. I still need time to process things because I'm still in love with him. Like we just need time to process, and you really want to rush it because it's uncomfortable to be in pain. It's so uncomfortable.
I just like judge myself because I'm like, well, we were together for like what, like 8 months, maybe a little bit over. And then now we broke up in June or something.
Ram Dass says it takes about 2 yees to mourn a relationship fully.
I can't take 2 years off every time I go through.
That's the thing.
What if I do?
When him and I broke up, I was just like, fuck me. Like this is going to take another 2 years off of my life. Because I have spent so much time mourning relationships, and it just is when we broke up, I was like, God damn it, it's gonna take me so long to get through this.
And what like we were talking about like on your bed the other day is like we're already in career fields that aren't the cutest, if you will, and so that already is like kind of difficult, and then you add on our whack ass shit on top of it. I always stress about being too much for someone.
Absolutely, me too.
And I feel like that fear gets validated, but also in the past people that I've been dating, I think I've purposely or subconsciously have picked people that are going to validate that. Yeah. So with this somewhat new realization, I wonder how it will be the next time when I am eventually ready to date.
It is hard dating, doing what we do, and being like funny, outspoken women. Like it takes a certain type of person to be able to really deal with that. And
it takes a really confident person.
And it's just hard.
And patient.
And it's like, I mean, come on. You think I fucking want any guy that I'm actually interested in to listen to this podcast and hear me say that, hey, I just fucked some guy and let him come in me? Like, I don't want that.
No.
You know, if I was like interested in a guy and I heard him say that, I'd be like, oh
no. And like I don't want any person that I listen to listen back to this and go, so you drunkenly got into a guy's car,
right?
And
precisely.
And you put it where? Okay, and then you went back out to the car again. Oh
yeah.
Okay, so yeah. Like that's horrific.
What's going on?
Your turn to read, right?
Isn't masturbating with a stranger at work?
Hot.
Hey, honkies. So I work at a gym where I just come during the day and clean the classrooms and the daycare area. Then I come back after hours and clean the whole childcare center, which is basically half the building. Okay, where's this gym? The Y?
I know.
I've masturbated during shifts before. She's like, I've masturbated in the
In the daycare.
Yeah, I masturbate exclusively in the
building
childcare.
blocks.
Yeah. I've masturbated during the night shifts before, locked in the bathroom while nobody was there. But one time during the summer, the busiest time of the year, because of the pool, so there's kids everywhere. Okay, this is a sex crime. I was using the family bathroom while on the clock. And I was messaging a stranger on Instagram who was very horny. God, we are really just animals, aren't we?
It's I feel like giving birth, sexual desire.
Yeah.
Needing to eat and pissing and shitting.
Primal.
I feel like they're all so primal.
They are primal.
And how like advanced society has gotten, we still do these.
It's so crazy. It's so funny because I think I've said this before on here like a long time ago, but like when you see homeless people just like jacking off in public, and it's like you can be as fucking twacked out of your mind, tweaking like hell, no shoes on your feet publicly, and you're just like, I just gotta fucking come. I gotta come.
But if they're on meth, I heard it like makes you do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from fucking Lee.
We don't talk about him.
He's out.
Okay, so whenever I got messages like that, I used to send them porn clips of girls and pretend it was me in the videos. And I was doing this in the bathroom, and this is written by a girl, this is so funny. And I started to get horny from the videos I was sending. So I started masturbating on the toilet and kept sending him horny texts, and he was begging to see more of me.
Oh.
And these are not actually you. You're just sending them.
Okay.
So I decided to make videos of my real self in the bathroom, but just censor my parts to tease him. And then I started grinding my clit on the corner of the sink.
There it is again.
Grinding my clit on the corner of the sink.
Grinding my clit.
Making videos of myself as I did it. And almost the whole time I was doing it, all these kids would knock on the door because they needed to use the bathroom.
Oh my God.
Probably to change for the pool. So you're giving all of these kids yeast infections, and their little fucking crotches are getting all like chlorini while you're in there.
Oh my God.
Grinding your pussy on the family sink. I didn't answer. And at some point, one of the kids told their parents, this bathroom's locked, but nobody's in there. And that's when I finally got dressed and got out of there. Hoping nobody would notice me. Thanks for listening. I love you guys. That's a pretty funny story.
Oh my God. The imagery on that was, in a word, colorful.
It was colorful, wasn't it?
Okay, here's what it is. Here's what it isn't. Low-key, we're at time. But you guys, we're going to read more stories on Patreon. We're so happy to be back. We love you so, so much. And
thanks for bearing with us.
Yeah. Patience is a virtue, sweetie.
Yeah.
And that's really that.
I'll see you guys on Patreon, and hopefully see you fucking literally next week.
Don't send this episode to our exes, you little snitch.
Or do, because I love him so much. Tell him to come back to me. I love you so much.
Tell her to unblock me. Bye.
Call me.
Don't.